creeping through the hull. You have to move. Боже мой. Every window in this station. It's engulfing the place. It's everywhere.
Microgravity detected.
Morgan, Igwe, what's the update on our patient?
Commander Dahl is making a speedy recovery and we are making our way to the shuttle bay. I've informed him of the threat to the station and...
Fine, Morgan, I'll meet you in the shuttle bay.
Operator approach.
What am I talking to?
My name is January 2035. There are many operators aboard Talos 1, but none of them are like me.
Nonsense. You're a machine. An ill-conceived one. Morgan would never. You tricked him. Who programmed you?
I represent the desires of Morgan Yu. Circa January 12th, 2035. Your brother created me to ensure his objectives would meet with success, and that yours would fail.
Mine? There's no difference between what I want and what Morgan wants. Not the real Morgan.
You believe his present disposition is illegitimate because it might be rooted in the personality drift users experience when subjected to heavy neuromod cycling. But why believe that? It's conceivable Morgan might have reached similar conclusions, but for different reasons. Can you determine how much the drift imposed on his thinking? I cannot.
Oh, I've determined one thing.
What is that?
You don't know the difference between a bug and a feature. I'm surprised that you primed the arming case. Perhaps you see that as a precaution, but I assure you it won't be necessary. The no-wave device will work. It should only take a few seconds for a signal to propagate through the coral and lobotomize every Typhon on Talos 1, including the big one outside. The rest of us should get away with a mild headache. I'll let you do the honors, but you better hurry. Morgan, this machine, it had your voice. I knew from the video you'd done something with operators, but this? It's not too late, you know. We can still salvage this. You change your mind once, you can change it again. I won't stop you if you decide to end it all. I told you I wouldn't. So, what's it gonna be? It's not too late. We can still turn this around. The prototype null-wave device will work, but you have to hurry.
Imminent. Please evacuate Talos 1.
I wish there was something I could have said to snap you out of this. Fugue. It's my fault. I gambled too much. And the worst part? It isn't losing the station or the tech. It's you. I lost my brother. That is a mistake I will never recover from. There's nothing left to talk about. If you have some means of escape, you may as well go. I won't be leaving. Everything I cared about died alone.
The shuttle is ready to go, Morgan. I'll wait a few minutes before detonation, but then I'm gone. You're on your own after that.
Microgravity detected.
Warning, reactor detonation imminent. Please evacuate Talos 1. Reactor detonation imminent. Please evacuate Talos 1.
Operator deployment resuming. Manager clear. Operator deployment.
Warning. Reactor detonation
Thanks again
imminent.
for letting me out.
Please evacuate
I won't
Talos
forget it.
1.
You are a real decent human being, Morgan, you. I thought they wasn't gonna let me in at first. On account of this volunteer get-up.
What? Now come the fireworks. I hope there'll be enough. You know, I thought you had left the station because of what happened between us. And that I had lied to you about my condition. I was angry with you. And myself. But I'm glad you are here with me now. And I like who you have become. You have my father's strength. Боже мой, please, take your seat.
You made it. Look, I know what happened. You aren't solely to blame. You helped me and my officers when we needed it. I'll be sure to let Earthside know what you did to help us in the cargo bay.
Dr. Yu, Morgan, it was an honor to work with you on Talos. And your brother. And thank you for retrieving Leitner's remains. Maya always loved the sound of his playing. I couldn't let it die with the station. His was a rare gift, and his skill should be shared. Not only with me, but with others.
Warning. Reactor
Morgan,
detonation
we should
imminent.
go.
Please evacuate Talos 1.
Ready or not, starting debark operations. Pre-flight check is who gives a shit. Hang on to your seat. This will be a rough ride.
I keep having this dream.
Now it's time to beat the mind game. And now it's time to beat the mind game. And now it's time to beat the mind game. it's time to beat the mind game. Now it's time to beat the
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be exceptionally high.
It probably thinks it was dreaming, that nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like us.
Its life depends on it. Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
It saved me from the cargo container. I would have suffocated otherwise, and later it recovered the Leitner connectomes. They were of no practical use, except that they were deeply meaningful to me. It installed multiple Typhon-based neuromods. It could mean an instinctive return to its own kind, or an attempt to integrate its dual natures. But its most surprising act was sparing Dar. While perhaps for purely selfish reasons, this, at least in principle, enabled others to escape Talos 1.
Michaela.
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart. Can I say that it has a heart? It also found my father's records. And then, I did not expect this, but it let me listen to them. Despite the self-incriminating content, it was willing to make itself vulnerable. Then, there was the man in psychotronics, Ingram.
Would you let it live?
Yes.
Sarah, you're next.
The situation in the cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help, and it destroyed a large number of Typhon across the station. That has to be a good sign. Further, it thwarted Dar's attempt to use us as hostages. If it were one of my officers, I would give it a commendation.
Danielle, what do you say?
It found me. It didn't need to, but it did. I asked it to stop Volunteer 37. That was dangerous. No way to be sure, but I think it has a sense of retribution. There were a lot of humans controlled by the Typhon that it could have harmed. Seems like it went out of its way to avoid that. I think it's worth the risk.
In the end, it chose to destroy Talos 1. Why? To protect Earth? We can't really know what its motives were for anything it did.
But we have to make a choice. You can hear us, can't you? Here. I want to show you something. What you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can do into us. We never tried putting what we can do into you. Until now. You're the bridge between our species. I need to know if you see us. I mean, really see us. Take my hand if you do. We're gonna shake things up, like old times.